Welcome back everyone, I'm Kid Plays Games, this is FTL, and you join us for part 2 of our Rock Cruiser Type A run. We came very close to running out of missiles. We were down to about 8. We actually abandoned a fight because they had a defense drone. We could have killed them, but it would have cost us all our missiles, and we still had some way to go until we got to the nearest store. We went to the store and we bought a hull laser Mark II and a heavy laser Mark I, so we now have the option of using lasers instead of missiles, which is fantastic. We also have our own drone control with a defense drone and a system repair drone, and we have an NG crewman who we picked up. Our pilot and engineer are both trained up to the first level, so that's great. Let's put our evasion up to 24. Things are looking good, so let's push on and get on to Sector 3. Well, not much of a choice here, so Rebel Controlled Red or Rebel Controlled Red. Let's do this one and then we'll see, then we'll actually get a choice of the next two reds. So here we go. Once the Federation forces were scattered, the rebels came down hard on the locals here. Between the tax collectors and military bases, the rebel presence in this sector is high. Okay, let's get into a fight. Ooh, nice, what looks like a nice open interconnected map. Well, none of this is connected to, well, that one isn't, but all the rest are. Okay, spoilt for choice. We can go anywhere we want on this map, so let's go here and then we'll come backwards and then kind of noodle around up here towards the exit. You receive a message from a low-band channel. You're surrounded, just like the last of your Federation friends. Just die already. The enemy has teleported on your ship. Intruders on board. Okay, 3 intruders, and they're all in the engine bay. This is not good. Our guy's going to be badly outnumbered. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put the NG in the piloting, and I'm going to get the pilot and the gunner to... I was going to say run in here. They're going to waddle their way in here because of the rocks. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the enemy ship. They have a laser which will remove one of our 2 shield bubbles, and they have a missile. So let's depower one of our 2 shield bubbles because we don't care if the other one goes down because they can't do anything. Turn on our own defense drone to shoot down their missile. Then we'll worry about how we're going to kill these guys after we've killed the boarding crew, because we should be immune to their missile as long as our defense drone hits. The issue we're going to have is that our ship is rather large, which means our defense drone might miss. The larger your ships are, it just seems to be that the larger the orbit of your defense drone is, the worse it performs. Okay, looks like R2... See, that came very close to getting through. R2's just about going to survive. On 13 health. Now the problem we're going to have now is that if this missile evades our defense drone and hits a room that these guys are in, these guys are all going to die. So I am going to expend our Artemis on smashing their weapons. Good, turn the missile off. So now these guys can safely go into the med bay. I'm going to turn the hull missile off. I'm going to power up the med bay. I'm going to depower the Artemis. Because my plan is to then... Oh good, it's caught fire. I like that. Right, let's show you something which is pretty cool. Because our weapons are down, we don't need evasion, so we don't need anyone in piloting at the moment. Let's run the NG into the sensor room. When a system is manned, it gains +1 power. And at power level 2, we can see the interior of the enemy ship. Okay, we obviously set fire here, and it's spread here. So these 2 guys in here have taken a little bit of damage, and they're fixing up the weapons, and this guy's on fire, he's trying to put it out, he's taking constant fire damage. Are our crew all healthy now? Yes, okay. Remo, go back in piloting. Airtune, go back in here. And Debbie, go back in here. I'll just leave the NGA in the sensor room so I can see what's happening. Okay, how are we going to kill these guys? We have enough lasers. Do we have... Yeah, let's depower the med bay and power up the hull laser. I think we'll just try and kill them with the hull laser. I'm just going to click the hull laser, hold control, and click their weapons, because I want to turn their weapons off. Now, enemies do only begin each battle with only 10 missiles, so they do actually consume ammunition. So once they fire 10 missiles, their missile launcher will retract into the ship and they will not fire any more missiles at us. But I don't want to wait for that. I want to do things like that. In fact, I'm going to stop firing at this now, because if you can kill the enemy crew, you get enhanced rewards. And enemy crew take damage from fires, and they take damage from the room taking damage. So notice these guys, 31 health, 32, 58. I'm going to fire the hull laser at that room again. And now they're at 1, 28 and 2. And they're going to stay in that room working on this system until it's fixed. So now, if our hull laser can spool up as fast as we need it to and shoot again when all these 3 guys are in this room, we're going to kill the crew before the ship runs out of hull damage, and we'll get the crew kill. But with 3 of them working on it, I think they're going to be able to fix it. Oh, god damn. Right, no crew kill for us unless we depower our engines, power back up the Artemis. No, that's not going to work, you idiot. Okay, no crew kill for us. I was thinking we can damage the room again with the Artemis, but then that'll take 2 hull off it, and then when the laser fires, and if it hits, then that'll do 2 hull, and that'll kill the ship before the crew die. Oh well, whatevs, we'll kill at least one of them. There we go, he's dead. Damaged the weapons, but this time only their missile got depowered, because the enemy chooses which system gets depowered. So we'll just keep fighting at this. There we go. And now they're saying we've clearly bested them, and they're trying to bargain for their lives. They are offering us 5 fuel, and we do only have 4 fuel. So you know what? I'm going to accept that surrender and leave this one guy who has 1 hit point remaining alone on his ship. He's got 1 hit point remaining, the ship has 1 hit point remaining, but we got 5 fuel, so I'm quite happy with that. Could we buy another power bar? No, we need 25 for the next power bar. Slightly annoying. Right, let's push on this way. I think that was a good decision there. You stumble across a forward scout of the rebel fleet. That means they're going to try and escape. Yes indeed, they're powering up their FTL. And, oh Jesus, okay. They have a crew teleporter, so they're going to be teleporting people on board and trying to kill us. They also have a med bay. So, if whoever teleports on board us manages to teleport back out, they'll be able to heal themselves here. They also have a burst laser Mark II. This thing does 3 shots, and they have a laser 1 which does 1 shot. So we definitely need to have both of our shields up. And I'm going to depower the Artemis, and I'm going to power up the heavy laser. And I'm going to depower the oxygen, and we're going to power up the engines so our evasion is max. Because these things charge up at roughly the same time. So they're going to be firing 4 shots at us. 24% means that at least one of them should hopefully miss. But that means the other 2 are going to take down both layers of shield and then hit something. So we're going to lose some hull here. There's just no way around it. In retaliation, I'm going to just destroy their weapons constantly with 3 hull lasers and a heavy laser. That's 4 shots. They've only got 1 layer of shield. So if everything hits, shields go down, and then 2 shots of that in here and 1 shot of heavy laser. Heavy laser does 2 damage. So we should hopefully wreck their weapons. Okay, this guy has gone into the door system. That's quite annoying. I'm going to open the doors to space and vent it out. If he'd gone anywhere else, I would have run the engine to the doors, which then would power up the doors to level 3. They're level 2 at the minute, unmanned. If we put the engine here, the doors would have increased to level 3. And then we can open the doors to space and vent out wherever this guy was. And it would take him a long time to kick the doors down because they would be level 3 advanced doors. For the meantime, we're just going to try and choke this guy out and hope he dies before he breaks the door control. If he breaks the door control, then he'll be able to just run throughout the ship So we'll have to see what happens. Looks like their lasers are about to hit. Good. He's stopped trying to break the doors because he's choking. He's trying to break into the oxygen room, but you know what? The enemy AI gets confused by rooms that have 2 doors. I'm going to open this door to vent out the oxygen. So what will happen then? Well, here come the lasers. Okay. We managed to get 2 misses, so we survived. And both of our lasers are ready. So let's just heavy laser, hull laser that. The shields are down. Now let's heavy laser. Boom! Okay, so as soon as the oxygen room was devoid of oxygen, he stopped trying to break through the door. Because the enemy AI may be stupid, but it's clever enough to realise maybe I shouldn't try to break into a room with no oxygen. So what we can do now is close these doors behind him. Now he's trapped in this little corridor, trying to break into this empty room, and he's losing health all the time. Meanwhile, back at the camp, we've seriously knackered their weapons. Their weapons are offline because we hit them really hard. There's 2s because the heavy laser hit it and did 2 damage. And because both of our weapons have a chance to do breach or fire, we've actually managed to do both those things. So there are 2 fires here and a breach. Now before they can fix the weapons, they're going to have to put the fires out and repair the breach. And they're taking constant damage from the fire, and the breach is sucking oxygen out of the room. So when all the oxygen's out of the room, the fires will go out, but they'll have to keep repairing the breach. We might be able to get a crew kill here, depending on how good I am. Because we need to take care of their medbay. Okay, this guy managed to get back out. He's in the medbay. I'm just going to close that, turn the oxygen back on. Okay, these guys are seriously broken. Okay, 2 of them are in the medbay. Let's try and kill the medbay. Oh, good. We killed the medbay. And before their shield gets back up, let's try and sneak the heavy laser in here, finish them off. No, didn't quite make it. Okay, but I think the hull laser is going to be ready. Good. Now they fixed the medbay, so they're healing up. But let's fire that, and then this. Yay! We managed to kill the crew when their ship only had 1 hull point remaining. That's as close as it gets. But welcome to the wonderful world of crew kills. When you kill the crew, you get enhanced rewards. We got 2 missiles, 1 drone, and 28 scrap. Outstanding. And now I'm just going to press enter and put everyone back to their normal stations. Just like so. What are we going to do with this 50 scrap? Well, first of all, I'll have a look at the map and see if there's a store nearby. There is not. So then I'm going to invest it in sensors and piloting upgrades. So now we can always see on board the enemy ship, so we don't have to have the NG in here to do so. That then lets him stay at his normal station. Now, piloting means that the evasion doesn't go up when you enhance the piloting. That's what happens when you use the engines. But the piloting does mean that even though no one's here, we would still have a little bit of evasion instead of it being 0. And it also means that the FTL spools up faster, so if we need to run away, we can. Let's go backwards. Just kind of surf the front edge of the enemy fleet, because things are going quite well. You see a small station fitted with hundreds of repair drones, and they're offering to repair us in exchange for money, but guess what? We're broke, so ignore that station. That was a waste of fuel. Let's move on. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage you in your ship. Well, let's go for it. Again, these guys are going to try and escape. You prepare to secure their cargo by force. And indeed, they're trying to run away. Okay, they have a laser 1, and a heavy laser, and a beam drone. Theoretically, these guys can hurt us. So, what we are going to do today, we're going to go back to the good old days of Artemis and Hull missile. And put the remaining spare power bar in our own engines. A, because the Artemis will just smash their piloting, and then we'll do a breach here. And B, because I want the evasion to be 24, so hopefully at least one of these miss, because both of these will charge up in roughly the same time. Now, luckily the enemy AI is quite stupid, and it fires its weapons as soon as they're ready. It doesn't act as cleverly as we do. It does not wait for all its weapons to be charged up before they fire. If it did, this game would be much harder than it already is. Now luckily, I'm not seeing any system repair drones. And if they had a system repair drone, it would have spawned it immediately, before we even did any damage, so that's great. Right, Artemis is ready. Let's hit that. It's on fire. That means it's going to take them a very long time to fix that. Okay. I'm just thinking crew kills here. I'm trying to be smart. I know, it's dangerous, but I'm trying to be smart. I don't want to fire the hull missile because that'll take 4 hull off them, and I would rather just depower that and power up and then depower the oxygen and power up the hull laser. Yeah, and then we'll try hitting the rooms that these guys are in and repairing with the hull laser to damage the people that's in the room. I mean, this guy took damage, A, because the Artemis hit him in the head, and B, because there's 2 fires in this room, so he's going to be losing tons of health really quickly, and this guy too. Okay, they almost put the fires out. Almost put the fires out. I'm keeping the Artemis powered up just in case they get that piloting fixed. Let's hit the piloting with the hull laser now. Okay, one of them died, and we set another fire. This guy's only got 28 health. Again, we'll just hull laser it. Good. Turned it back off. Killed another guy. How much health has this guy got? 59. I cannot remember how much health in the FTL. I'm just going to have to Artemis it because he's in the room and it's charging. We're not going to get the crew kill. We're just not. We're going to end up killing the ship. Oh well, we tried and we failed. Let's depower the engines, power up the oxygen. You detect faint life signatures from an intact piece of the hull. They were transporting prisoners, and the sole survivor offers to join your crew as a first step on their path to getting revenge. Well, alright, even though we didn't get the crew kill, we still got a good reward. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 17 scrap, and a human tack. The humans are nice because humans train up twice as fast as anyone else. So let's put the human in the shields and put the Engie in the doors. And as we see, the doors now have these little striations indicating they are level 3 powered up doors. And this now means that the human will power up quicker because he only needs 50 skill points to get shields, and the Engie needs 55. But it is faster, and now this leaves us with the Engie to be free to run around the ship and conduct repairs or fight people, but mostly stay in the doors. So yeah, not bad. We still can't afford another power bar. I would really love another power bar. Let's just go. Do we want to go here, or do we want to push forward a little bit? I think we'll push forward a little bit. There is a small planet nearby with scattered settlements. A small rebel fleet is in orbit with many ships ferrying back and forth. It must be a liberated planet. This is an empty ping where nothing happens. That's really annoying. Let's go this way. Empty pings are just a waste of fuel. We're down to 4 fuel. This is not good. You detect a rebel automated ship nearby. It does not engage and seems to be patrolling around a long-range centre station. This again will uncover the map, so let's attack this ship. Okay, this has no shields. It does have a missile, so we're going to need the defense drone 1. We don't really need any shields. I'm saying that because the only other weapon it has is an ion, and it will try and attack anything on our ship. But if you have an intact shield, the ion damage will be routed to the shield, so it's just going to constantly be on shields. We don't need the Artemis. I'm going to go hull laser and heavy laser on this thing. And I'm going to hold control to make them fire as soon as they're ready. And we're just going to hit the empty rooms and just try and kill it. No, in fact, heavy laser really wants to be in piloting. Reduces evasion to 0. Damn, missed. Hull laser, just hit that. There we go. Hull lasers and empty rooms, man. Brutal. You access the recent scans from the unguarded station. Your map has been updated with details about the surrounding area, and we got enough scrap to buy a power bar, so let's do that instantly. Boom. Lovely. And now we know what everything is. Oh, there's a store right here. Asteroid field. Let's not play around. Oh god. Okay, we have a choice of asteroid field or asteroid field. Looks like we're going to an asteroid field, and then a store, and then a distress beacon, and then the exit. Asteroid fields are scary places. I should have turned the shields back on. You arrive in an asteroid belt to discover that a rebel automated scout has been stationed here. Prepare for a fight. Okay, let's pause the game. Turn the shields back on. Asteroids. You're periodically bombarded with asteroids, and they will hit the shields and pierce and every now and then a special asteroid will come which will pierce one layer of shields. So yeah, they're not fun. And that's on top of the enemy's weapons, so let's turn the engines on. We could deploy the defense drone, because defense drones can shoot down asteroids. But I want to have my weapons on. I want this fight to be over. Because as well as the asteroids doing things like that, as you see, the enemy just took an asteroid hit, because they are also in danger from the asteroids. It's not just us. They have a burst laser Mark II and a beam. And there's asteroids here, so that's a lot of damage incoming. We've only got 2 layers of shield, so we need to kill this thing instantly. So I'm just going to go heavy hull laser. No, we're going to wait for things to charge up. I mean, we can take advantage of their shields going down from the asteroids. If their shields go down as soon as a heavy laser is ready, like that, we can try and break their weapons. Nailed it! Okay, one got through. Remo's in there, he'll fix up the piloting nice and quick. And we breached it, which means it cannot repair this system. So no more Burst Laser 2 for the rest of this fight. Let's just try and take its shields down with the hull laser. Okay, 2 misses and 1 hit. Okay, we'll just wait for an asteroid to hit them. There we go. Then we'll try and break their piloting. Right, evasion 0. Hull laser's nearly ready. Let's just go for the hull. Boom, 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 dead. Ship explodes, leaving behind 1 missile, 1 drone, 31 scrap, 0 fuel. Right, let's get the NG into piloting. Because remember, we're still in the asteroid field. We're still taking asteroid damage. And let's fix up Remo's health. Shouldn't take too long, even though he's a rock. He only took a little tap. And then everyone can go back to where they came from. We'll depower the med bay. And we'll move onwards to the store. We're going to have to buy some fuel, that is for damn sure. You arrive at a small space station putting out wideband broadcasts on the black market channels. You doubt they would turn away any business regardless of their allegiances. Do you have anything to sell? We could sell some of our missiles, but that's extreme. Repair arm reduces your scrap intake by 15%, but repairs your hull, which is quite nice, at the end of each fight. These guys are really good at close combat. They're Mantis. So if we could get a crew teleporter, we could use them. Another system repair. Anti-personnel drone spawns on your ship, fights enemy borders. It's really slow. Has like 125 health, but we've got 5 people on board now. We're just going to buy all the fuel and then close. And then buy 1 more power bar for our own ship. Or do we upgrade the drone control? Drone control. A, so if we need to, we can have the defense drone and the system repair drone active at the same time. And B, so that if the defense drone is out and the drone control gets hit, it will not turn off the defense drone. Okay, let's do this distress call. You follow a distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. Let's offer some assistance. They respond, help, our shields are dying and we won't last very long. Okay, we have some blue options. Blue options are usually the best ones you can do. We can try to shield their ship with ours, in which case we might take damage. We can just leave. We can use our defense drone to protect their ship, or we can send a repair drone over to fix their shields. We have 15 drone parts, so let's do the repair drone one. Oh dear. Your drone succeeds in keeping their ship from breaking apart whilst they fix it. However, you take some damage while attempting to leave the asteroid field. They offer you some military supplies as thanks for saving them. So we expended 1 drone part. We got 42 more scraps, so that's pretty good. We took 4 hull damage, and looks like our oxygen took a beating. But we also got a hull beam. And we're on fire. We could just power up the system repair drone to put the fire out, but I'm just going to vent it to oxygen and the engine will nip next door and fix the oxygen. Now, hull beams are very interesting weapons. It's very similar to the halberd beam in as much as it draws a line across the enemy ship. It does 1 damage per room, but it does double damage to empty rooms. So I think we're going to drag and drop that in place of the hull missile. The hull beam is actually really, really good. So we could, in theory, take down the shields with the hull laser and then use the hull beam. If you were fighting a rock ship built like us, here's 4 empty rooms in a line. So that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, that's brutal. But we are going to need 1 more power bar and weapons, and that's going to cost 50. So let's just expend all our scrap in doing that. I know. But needs must. We do have enough time to do this ping, but we do only have 7 fuel. So let's just go straight to the exit. We've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we can move on to the next sector. Does anything else happen? Let's continue and find out. Yes, the rebels in this supply system are doing supply runs for the local space stations. These civilians have likely been out of supply for months due to the war and are in desperate need. We can attack the rebels, we can wait till the rebels have delivered it and then steal the supplies, or we can leave. Let's attack the rebels. What you might have seen and heard there was a drone come shooting out the side of their ship. That is a boarding drone. Now luckily, defense drones can shoot them down, so let's deploy our defense drone. Weapons wise, what do they have? They have a little tiny laser, which only does 1 shot, so we don't need 2 layers of shield. So let's power up the hull beam. Right, let's play with some beam lasers, shall we? Here comes the boarding drone. Our drone just about managed to shoot it down. I believe enemy ships begin with 10 drones as well. It will keep trying to send this drone out. Okay, both the weapons are ready. Hull laser is going to take down the shields, like so, and then I'm going to draw a nice line like that. 1 damage per room, but double damage on systemless rooms. So this should take 1 damage here, 2 here, 1 here, and 2 here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this should drop all the way down to 3 hull. Oh, 2 hull. Because 1 shot from the hull laser hadn't hit yet. See how good beam lasers are? Beam lasers are evil. And I don't think this guy's going to get his shields up by the time our weapons are ready. No, he's not. I'm going to fire both of our weapons simply so that Debbie goes from 59 to 61. Because each time you fire, that counts as a training. So there we go. With the rebel ship destroyed, you take the time to collect what little scrap remains. They'd already made their delivery to the civilians. So from the fight we get 1 fuel, 1 missile and 21 scrap. We can steal the civilian supplies or we can leave them alone. This is war. War as hell. Give me your stuff. Oh well, it was only vaccinations for a local plague and everyone on the planet's going to die, but you know, greater good and all that. We could really do with more power bars here because as we see, we're very much powering up defense drones and weapons and we don't have enough left for anything else, so power bar please. And let's get on to sector 4. Okay, another tough choice of a red rebel controlled or a red rebel controlled. Let's do the bottom one so we at least have a choice of 2 different green ones for the next episode. Let's go. At one point, this is one of the most commonly travelled sectors. Knowing that, the rebels have stationed a number of fleets here. You have to be careful. The next plan is getting 100 scrap and get the 3rd layer of shields, because we're going to need it. We're going to be meeting lots of enemies, lots of weapons very soon. Let's go here, then here, then here, and then we'll come down and then have a look at coming back up for the exit. As soon as you arrive, a small mantis ship detaches from a wreck and jumps away. You must have interrupted your salvage operation because you find a weapon ready to be installed. We get 23 scrap and a great big pod of breach missiles. The breach missiles does 4 normal damage. It is a massive missile and it has a huge chance to cause a breach. I think I will hang on to that breach missile because that may come in very handy later on. That's a good find, even though it does need like 3 power, but it's awesome. Hey look, it's another forward scout that's going to try and run away. There they are, trying to run away. They have a missile, so we're going to need our defense drone out. They have 2 layers of shield, which is really annoying. And they have a heavy laser which only does 1 shot, so we don't really care about that. Okay, how are we going to kill these guys? I think this is going to be a beam laser thing. Because as we know, the hull beam can easily like draw a huge line and damage lots of things. And each room that is damaged is going to suck people to it to fix it. So instead of trying to destroy their piloting, I'm just going to try and damage as many systems as possible to drag this a-hole out of their piloting room to start fixing all this stuff down here, which hopefully we're going to keep destroyed. And they're going to board us, and they boarded the weapons room. That's not too bad. Let's just put you in here, 2 on 1. We'll be fine. Come on, weapons, charge up faster. Okay, are we going to kill this guy before he manages to get back on board? Yes, we are. That is a very good thing. And our weapons are ready. So let's try and smash their weapons first. As soon as the shields go down, let's do a big hull beam. Blam! There we go. Turned off their missile. FTL's delayed because no one's in piloting. We're not going to get a crew kill here. We're just going to have to kill them. And weapons are ready. Let's smash the shields. And I'm going to break everything on the right hand side as well, just to keep it down. There we go. Lovely. Someone just got trained up. Who was that? Ah, looks like Debbie has finally fired enough weapons to become trained number 1. And that means she's charging them up 15% faster. Now that ship exploded, not because I fired at it, because the fire that was raging in the shields caused the shields to break, and when systems break you lose 1 hull. So that's why they died. Nothing to do with me. I did nothing to them, Your Honour. They burned themselves to death. The ship breaks apart, and we are relieved to know that we're still 1 step ahead of the fleet, and we have 2 fuel, which is like gold dust for us at the moment, 2 missiles, which we don't really use anymore, and 37 more scraps. That's lovely. Get our people healed up. Nice, nice, nice. We still need more power bars. We can buy another 2. So let's do that. Shields up. Okay, so now we can have actually everything powered up at the same time, which is nice. Distress call. Sweet. Or do we want to do a nebula first? No, I think we'll do the nebula. It's hard to see why, but this beacon is apparently a tourist destination. One of the ships at this small station is offering a deal. They want to sell us 2 drones in exchange for 3 missiles. We've got 13 and 12, we'll just ignore that. Well, that was a waste of fuel. Let's have a look at this distress beacon. You find a source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears that a small laboratory fire has gotten out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. Their fire suppression system is not responding. So we can expend 1 drone part and send the repair drones in, or we can send a rock crewman in because they're immune to fire. Or we can send our crew in a shuttle to help put it out. We can dock and try and rescue survivors. We can leave. Let's send the rocks in. Your rock soldier tears through the airlock directly into the fire. You've never seen someone that large move that fast. It disperses as much fire suppressant as possible right into the heart of the blaze, and eventually the fires die down. So let's contact the survivors, and they're going to give us 53 scrap and a scrap recovery arm. Now, scrap recovery arm is a very nice modification. This increases our scrap collection by 10% from any source. So anytime we get paid, we're going to earn 10% more. So that is very nice indeed. 63, we need 100 to get to the next layer of shield. So that's wonderful. So that worked out well. We're down to 3 fuel, so that's not great. You detect a rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Oh, hello fuel. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. Well, they've got fuel, and I need fuel, so we're going to intervene to defend the fueling outpost. Rebel responds to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move in to engage. Okay, they have quite a few weapons. They have a missile, so we're going to need our defense drone out. They have a heavy laser and a combat drone Mark 1 and a beam drone. Okay, these guys can hurt us, and hurt us quite badly. But if we fire our hull laser at their drone control and knock that out of contention, and then just draw a big long line straight down here, we can just mash them up. We will not be getting a crew kill. A, because they've got a med bay. B, because we don't have any other way of really damaging the crew other than setting fire to the place. And C, because we need to be concentrating on suppressing their firepower, because they've got quite a lot. Oh, crapola. Our drone missed. Right, hit their drones. Good. And then draw a big long line down here. Blam, have some of that. Right, let's get our NG in here to fix this so we can see what's going on. The drones have turned off because we damaged that enough, so that's good. Come on, Mr. NG, fix the sensors. There we go. When the sensors are at level 3, you can actually see the enemy's weapon charge up rate. Which indeed we can. Now, their evasion is 0 because there's no one in piloting, so that's the end of this fight. Goodbye. Send the NG back to the door room. The ship breaks apart and you quickly salvage 2 missiles, 1 drone part and 42 scrap, which will be increased by 10%. So that'll be 46 scrap. Correct. The outpost hails you. Hooray, we got another 4 fuel and another 48 scrap, which will be increased to 52 or 53? 52. Lovely. That means we have enough scrap to get the 3rd layer of shield and 2 power bars to power it. Ah, scrap recovery arms, man. What a wonderful invention. The fleet's only here, so I think we've got enough time to go backwards and then work our way through these 4 pings and get to the exit. So let's do that. Things are looking good. A rebel automated ship sits dormant near a rebel forward radar station. Let's approach the station. And the ship powers up and targets us. Okay, Ion will take down 1 shield. This guy can potentially take down 2. That will take down 1, and it's got a beam. So we need to mash up either its drone control or its weapons. Luckily for us, all that stuff is on this side of its ship. Let's just wait for both of our weapons to power up. And the hull laser is going to go for the piloting and try and break that. But as soon as the shields go down, well, the piloting went down anyway, we're going to draw a line like this with a hull beam. Because beams never miss. We don't care if the piloting went down or not. So there we go. Half of their weapons turned off. Next, we're going to go for the shields next with a hull laser. And the hull beam is just going to continue damaging its weapon systems. There we go. Job done. Lovely. You salvage what you can and approach the station. It used to relay information to the rebel fleet. You could attempt to hack it and give the rebels false information. If you succeed, then it delays the enemy fleet for 2 jumps, but to be honest, we're far enough ahead of them anyway that I'm not going to risk it, because if you fail the hack, they increase their speed. So let's not risk it. Let's just take our 44 scrap and leave. Lovely. Scrap recovery arm coming in clutch. Let's just upgrade the med bay right now and the engines, because why not? It's only 15. There's a store right there. That's really annoying. I should have checked the map before I expended our money. We could go to the store and sell the hull missile and see if there's anything else to buy, but to be honest, I'm just going to push onwards. Could have bought more fuel as well. Oh well. A rebel ship hails. We did not fight a war to let a single Federation ship shatter our dreams of a better galaxy. He locks his weapons. Okay, this is a heavy laser Mark II. This does 2 shots, but each shot will only take down 1 layer of shield, and that little laser will again only take down 1 layer of shield. So guess what? These guys physically cannot hurt us. So let's put a power bar into our newly upgraded engines. Evasion's up to 29. All I really care about is taking their shield side. It doesn't matter how we take their shields down, as long as they go down, so the hull beam can then smash their piloting and then do double hull damage on the empty rooms. So let's hull laser their shields. Shields have gone down. Let's do that. Bim bim bim. Lovely. Whoa! And our evasion suddenly leapt up to 35 because enough things have missed us that both of our piloting people, pilots and engines, are now absolutely maxed out, so that's lovely. This guy thinks he's about to fix their shields, but let's just break them again. And they're saying, you're considerably more well armed than we thought. We surrender. They're offering us 4 fuel, 5 missiles and 22 scrap. We need the fuel. Yes, please. I know, I'm being quite nice today. We're letting people live, but we need the fuel. There's another store. No. I think we've got time to go to this ping, and then the store, then that one, then the exit. Let's go for it. This beacon is being patrolled by an unmanned scout. A fight is unavoidable, and I can see already they have a missile, so let's depower the evasion and put the defense drone out. Again, they've got a heavy laser and a combat drone and a beam drone, so we definitely need to have 3 shields. I like hull laser and hull beam combo. Hull laser is going to go for the weapons and try and breach it. As soon as the shields go down, we'll give it some of that. Good, turn the weapons off, damage the piloting. That's excellent. Combat drone's still going, but that's okay. Our weapons are ready again, so hull laser and shields. Hull beam. Oops, didn't get that pixel perfect. Managed to miss their drone room with my beam. Okay, we'll wait for both weapons to be charged before we fire them. Just so Debbie gets 2 credits. There we go. Ship explodes, leaving 1 fuel, 2 missiles and 49 scrap, which is 53 scrap. Lovely. Right, store. Let's see. What can we buy here? You received generic advertisements from a nearby public shipyard. It seems they're willing to work on any ship, and not just those of the rebel hue. Ooh, burst laser 1 and a heavy ion. Reverse ion field and a crew teleporter. Ooh, all kinds of goodies. Right, goodbye hull missile. We're not using you anymore. 109 scrap. I think the first thing I'm going to invest in is a crew teleporter. There you go, 90 scrap. Done. Because this then lets us teleport on board enemy ships and fight them hand to hand. Because then we can do things like using the Artemis missile to smash their medbay, or a combination of hull laser and heavy laser to smash their medbay. And we've got plenty of rocks. They're not any better at close combat than humans or slugs or anyone else, other than mantis of course. But they do have 150 health. So what we can do, if you find an enemy who's susceptible to crew kills, we'll put Mikhail in piloting and tack down in engines, and then Airtum and Remo will board the enemy ship and kill them by punching them in the face. That's a good result. You enter the system bustling with rebel activities. Supply freighters and resupply stations are dwarfed by a few heavy warships. Luckily, no one seems to pay any attention to us. So let's just get out of here and head to the exit. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged up, we can jump to another sector. And we receive a message from a small convoy. They're looking for some military supplies and are offering to improve your reactor in exchange. Well, unfortunately, I need all the fuel I have, so we're going to respectfully decline that offer. And I hope you don't respectfully decline my offer of coming back for the next episode, because this is the end of Sector 4 already. Wow. We have 3 layers of shield. We got a hull beam from someone. We've got a crew teleporter now. And we have breach missiles, which are going to come in very handy later on. And joy of joys, we got a free scrap recovery arm. You can buy this in stores. It costs 50 scrap. But obviously, because it increases your scrap payments by 10%, it very quickly pays for itself. But we got it for free. So things are looking alright, apart from the fuel situation. So come back and see how we get on in Sector 5, which is going to be, I believe, a green sector. Yep, Zoltan or civilians. We'll make that decision at the start of the next episode. We timed this perfectly. The fleet's right here. So, I'll see you next week for that. Until then, do look after yourself. I'll speak to you again soon.